What's up, dog?
What up? Welcome back to part two.
Hell yeah. What's up, other dog, Craig? So,
Yeah, continue.
my bad. This is like kind of difficult for me because I'm saying to try to I wish I could see like when you were talking, you know what I'm saying? See when you were talking.
Yeah, I hear you.
But fuck it.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties with our recording program, Craig, through Discord, so we're cutting it into part two here now. So we
Yeah, what
still
the
got a couple topics to cover for you guys, which I think y'all should like. Um, Most importantly, it was Fire Riot's birthday.
Oh shit. Well, I wouldn't say that was most important, but thank you, man. Yeah, that is something that we're gonna talk about. I want to talk about. So fucking 26, man. Not just 26, but fucking 26. And it pretty much isn't really exciting after 21. But I turned 26 probably 2 weeks ago. It's the 23rd right now. We'll say roughly 2 weeks ago. Um, it's in the first 14 days of January. Capricorn baby.
Nice,
And
nice.
yes, sir. Fucking sea goat. Um, I don't know. It's weird. It's like a head of a goat, but the body of a fish or something like that. But so what did I do for my birthday? I
Yeah,
worked.
you worked?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
my usual birthdays recently too.
isn't it though?
Mm-hmm.
You're an adult.
Yep. Like you said, after 21, it doesn't really, I mean, you can rent a car, I think, at 25 or 26 or something, technically, but after 21, there's nothing, no really fun ones.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah.
I forgot about the car rental thing, which is kind of exciting.
Yeah, if you ever need to commit a murder, you can make sure, you get a rental car.
Speaking of, and I'll get back. I'm kind of pretty much done talking about my birthday, but I would like kind of to talk about New Year's. But real quick, um, talking about murdering, what was that thing? The Evan Hernandez or something? That
The Aaron Hernandez documentary that came out on Netflix. I'm sure I feel like a bunch of people from my city and probably a bunch of listeners too. Anyone who has Netflix probably seen it on the homepage. A lot of people have watched it. It's been pretty popular. It basically goes into like the details of the case or the multiple cases that Aaron Hernandez got involved in. Aaron Hernandez, for those who don't know, was like a star player for the New England Patriots, which is the football team out here. I'm personally a Pats fan, but actually he was involved in a double murder in Boston, and then they say he was involved in another murder in Attleboro, which are all in Massachusetts, obviously, but it was so bad that as he was going through court, the Patriots actually said, if you have a Hernandez jersey, you can bring it into Gillette Stadium and trade it for another player, which was pretty funny.
oh my
I'm sure they lost a bunch of money on that one, but there's a bunch of pretty crazy stuff in that documentary. There was one scene where Aaron Hernandez was like on the run from the cops, kind of, and they had a helicopter chasing his car, and it looked kind of like the OJ scene for those familiar with that, where like helicopters just chasing a car down the highway.
white Bronco.
And yeah, exactly, the white Bronco. It looks almost exactly like that. It's pretty funny, but he ends up. What happens is like he pulls up to a gas station. It looks like he tries to put his card in to get gas, and there's like a bunch of like news reporters hounding him, like Aaron, what's going on? Blah blah blah. And he hops back in his car really quick, and he goes to Gillette Stadium, which is where the Patriots play, and he like storms in, and you find out that he talked to Robert Kraft, who is like the owner of the Patriots, and then like he storms out of the building, but the cops end up catching him and arresting him, and he goes to jail for life, and he ends up hanging himself in the cell. But it's really interesting stuff, and I'd suggest it for people who haven't watched it.
You know who didn't hang themselves in the cell?
Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein did allegedly. It doesn't. Not even allegedly. It honestly doesn't look like he did. Not only that, man. The crazy thing is, for the first time in my life, as a well, I mean, I'm only 26, but like as a truther, I guess as they would call, someone that seeks the truth.
Yep.
You know, it's the first time in my life that a conspiracy has been talked about so widely, but not even like with theorists, but I'm just talking your average um, plumber, electrician, house mom, people at office jobs. Not only that, I remember the first day, bro. I was at home and I was leaving the house and I was about to go hang with a friend or something. And as soon as I was about to walk out, I saw on the TV, someone was watching in my house was watching fucking the news, and it's just like breaking news or whatever, Epstein. And like I just got like this feeling like what the like, oh my God, it finally broke the news. Because this is well, yeah, it was 2019 at the time, I guess, technically, when it broke. And fucking this, I found out about it through basically secondhand through the hacked emails that WikiLeaks posted in one of their cables, because you could download the cables, which is a weird word for like, I guess, folders of different files, and talking about stuff in like the relationship. And so I found out about this shit like about 3 years ago. So, and I mean, you can see the proof if you look at my Instagram, of when I posted it. I posted a picture talking about this shit. Laura Silsby, the lady in the Clinton campaign that was arrested in Haiti for trying to kidnap 33 kids during a fucking hurricane. And that's what these people do, man. Like, they're so soulless, and all about the material or the money or whatever. That
It is crazy, man.
No, it gets crazier. Hold on a second, bro. Because you can look this up yourself, and the fans can too. So Laura Silsby got arrested. You can see the picture of her in jail in Haiti for, trying to kidnap 30 kids during a hurricane crisis, which most of them had families. Like, almost all the kids had families, is what the thing said. So basically, she was just trying to like hurry them out during all the chaos. Like, oh, come on. But it was like they disguised themselves as a mission trip. You know what I'm saying? Like a Christian missionary thing. And but here's where it gets crazier, dude. So when she got arrested and this broke the news, then come to find out she changes her name and gets fired from her old job. Her new job is the fucking leader of Amber Alert. The fucking when kids go missing, it sends an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
I mean, dude,
so she knows when not to send one.
It's not even just her though. It's not like she's the evil thing. It's a network, man. It's just
well, people call it like a lot of things. People call it like the Illuminati or whatever, but I don't know. I might have talked about it before in the last podcast, but there's a group, and it's confirmed, like you said. Like, you can look it up on Google, whatever, do research if you want. They just released it's like a 500-page document about them that the FBI actually released, and what it is it ties the CIA like strongly to this group, and the group's called the Finders Group. The Finders Group is their main name. They have like they have like 30 other names or whatever, but that's their main name. And what they do is they'd like kidnap children and sell them into human sex trafficking rings, like little kids. And like they have what the FBI does is they basically finger the CIA and say the CIA is like a huge part and accomplices in this like child sex trafficking, abduction, and rings. So I'm sure she's probably tied into that.
Man, dude, you know what? So I'd seen something about the Finders on probably something on YouTube, a short clip, when I was trying to fall asleep, and then on the Tinfoil Hat podcast, Sam Tripoli's podcast I mentioned earlier, another good one. I don't listen to it as much now, but this dude literally is an example of what you could be, what I could be, what we could be, and what our our listeners could be. This guy started out as just like it's called those conspiracy guys. And
I've heard of that.
With Gordo from Ireland, and he's got this Irish accent, and he talks like this, and you listen to him, and he makes like 5.5 hour long podcasts, and what they call jokes is he makes a crack. He gets a crack off at it, like, but anyway, so he started out, with like barely, like, I don't know, it was just, he didn't have any listeners and stuff like that, and you saw his shit grow to the point where he had advertisement, and then went had a Patreon, so he could come over to America and do a tour, and then he was on Sam Tripoli shit, and also the Conspiracy Farm podcast have done a swap cast with Sam Tripoli. So it's just, like I said, it just shows you what you can do, what I could do, what we could do, what anyone could do if you really put your mind to it. But anyways,
yeah, definitely.
So the Finders, I heard about it briefly on there, but I'm not afraid to admit when I don't know something. I was talking to someone at work about this, and or he brought it up or something like that, and I knew the word in my head, but I didn't know what they did. I knew that they kidnapped kids, and it was something weird about that, but I didn't know it was the CIA involvement, alleged involvement with it.
It's not even alleged, man. The FBI has proof in this 500-page document that they released a few months back.
Oh, so what are we in, man? Without, it's not cynical to me, because knowledge is power, and it's all about the way that you handle your life. But what does all this mean, man? Like, what world is this? What that we're living in, or what country? Because it's not just our country doing this shit. Probably.
Right? No, it's definitely worldwide.
So, fuck is going on, man? It's crazy. Hey, let me get a water bottle real quick.
A what?
A water bottle. Yeah, for the listeners, water is good to drink. Fuck soda.
Gotta love it.
So, okay. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what. Okay, so yeah, the Jeffrey Epstein. I'm trying to tie back, go back and think about where we started at. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. You look at that. You look at the Epstein thing. That broke fucking major news, dude. Like it's a historical moment, I think, in American history, because nothing is this big. Like, even 9/11, dude. If you were a 9/11 truther, someone that wanted to find out the truth, even if you had family members or family members that have died at the building, because thousands of people work there.
Yep.
Wouldn't you want your dead relative or friend's relative to have the truth out there? Like, no matter what. Like, it's not about
exactly.
Disrespecting, bro. I hate when people are like, this dude. We went out to the bar. I just started. I don't know. I don't really want to say like how we're acquainted with, I don't want to get too specific, but just met this dude anyways, and like, he wanted to go out and to drink, and I just, we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. He said he was in college for like something, man, some sort of political history stuff or whatever. So we started talking about, or archaeology. We first started talking about like, he was saying how he wanted to be an archaeologist. I brought up the pyramids and the water erosion on the Great Sphinx, and I was like, what do you think about that? Like, that there's water erosion on the Sphinx, and it's like, well, we were told that it's like it was a desert this whole time. That kind of just shows that those pyramids and Sphinx are probably way older than we're being told. And that, we started talking about Vietnam, and then we started talking about or then I brought up the 9/11 thing, and how only 2 planes hit the 2 towers, but yet World Trade Center 7 completely free fall collapse.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And also, look at the shit that's out there. Don't think about it like conspiracy guys. Look at what's out there. Donald Rumsfeld